This is Morten from INKISH, and I am here at LabelExpo in Brussels. Actually, the last LabelExpo in Brussels. Next time is in Barcelona, Spain, and I have the pleasure to talk to Filip from Xeikon. Filip, first of all, welcome on INKISH.
My pleasure, my pleasure. It's not the first time, but I'm happy to see you here at LabelExpo.
I mean, when I asked you just before, do you have anything new here? You have only new things, right?
Yeah, it's after this long period of time that there was no LabelExpo, if you look to the amount of stuff that we have to share with people, I find it difficult to make our own choice, actually. But certainly the one behind us is one of the most remarkable ones.
We're going to talk about that in a second. One of the things I'm a little bit curious about, I mean, what does a show like LabelExpo means to a company like Xeikon? I mean, how important is it?
For us, LabelExpo is one of the most important shows. And I'd say it's the show with the highest return. You go look to all the other shows where there's a lot of people visiting, not necessarily business is being done there, but here at LabelExpo for many years, this has been a show where it's really vibrant and where business is coming to an execution also, where sales is coming to an execution. And that is not the case with other events. I think it's more to do also with the fact that it's so focused on a specific industry that everybody that walks onto the booth here, you know what you're going to be talking about. You're going to be talking about labels. And that's, I think, the success of the show also.
There's one show that is more important to you, right?
Which would be?
Xeikon Cafe, right?
The Xeikon Cafe, but I do have to recognize, I think at this point in time, there's been a time frame where people were disconnected from seeing, feeling, touching, and everything was going virtual. What I experienced is that a lot of the people in the printing industry, that they're now taking also a step back and saying let's take a pause here and let's have a look on these independent shows, what is all around. And from there, maybe decide also that indeed I'm going to go to branded events like very much vendors have. So I think the Xeikon Cafe has been a very successful show, but it will take some time after the corona to build up that momentum again.
Of course. And it was also a little bit like a joke.
Right.
But Filip, it's funny you mentioned because actually I spoke to my co-host at the show here, James, this morning, about the expectations for the show. And you say that you come to a label show, but today it is actually much more. It's a mid-web for flexible packaging. It is actually also kind of a packaging. How does that fit into the, let's say, the product mix of Xeikon?
Yeah. So if you look, the center of gravity around our solutions is indeed focused around the labels here. But we do recognize that there are applications, adjacent applications, where people want to migrate into, step into. And that is where we have developed also and brought to the show here specific solutions, like, for example, the Titan application, Titan solution, which is addressing a growing market, being the paper-based flexible packaging, growing due to the demand from consumers, to the demand of brand owners striving for more sustainable solutions, and where today digital printing, to be honest, nobody has a solution for paper-based flexible packaging. Yes, there are for synthetics, but not for paper. And paper, what is such a solution comprising of? It needs to be scratch resistant, temperature resistant, chemical resistant, sunlight resistant, and at the same time still food safe on paper-based materials. There's no solution out there, and with Titan I think we tap into a market that nobody else is addressing today, and where a lot of converters actually could step into and making it a very unique and profitable adventure for them.
And is that also because, I mean, you're one of the, and I mean that in the best sense, you're one of the vendors that have kept developing on the toner-based technologies. Is that also because the toner-based technologies give you opportunities for food safety? And also, I mean, some of the, let's say, challenges with inkjet is always if you go, let's say, water-based, then you need to dry it as fast as possible. If you go with UV, you can have problems with, especially if it's something that is food-related. So, I mean, is that one of the reasons why you stick also to the toner-based?
I think Xeikon, since the beginning years, we were dedicated to digital printing. Throughout time, that has evolved, and around 2010, we started to develop unique consumables, so unique toners for given markets. Toners that were specific for the label industry, toners that were specific for the graphic arts industry. That mindset has further evolved. And we came to the conclusion that from a digital printing perspective, digital printing technology, there's no one size that fits all. I mean, we have to be honest about that. And we want to be also the company, and that's what we demonstrate here also. If you walk onto this booth, you don't know what you're going to be buying if you would buy something here. It could be UV inkjet, it could be dry toner. But what we will do, We will tell you which solution fits best for your applications. It's like when you go into a bike shop, what do you think you're going to buy there? Not a Porsche or any other car. You're buying a bike. Here you come into a shop where you have choice. And that choice is something that we have recognized. Again, technologies has different values. So we have today water-based inkjet technology on a corrugated. We have today UV inkjet technologies on the label space for the durable range and for the glossy tactile look and feel. And we have dry toner in the label space for challenging materials like absorbing materials, natural papers, for food safety, because there's no technology more food safe than dry toner. But the dry toner has also allowed us to step into this paper-based flexible packaging type of stuff, to go into food service items like paper cups and the likes. So, and that is actually, we look at technology from where does it best excel, where does it fit, and not say from we have a technology and where can we push it into the market.
And speaking about technology, you have a lot of new things here on the booth, but one of them is the LX3000 or the Lion, right?
The Lion.
It's a new animal on the Savanah, right?
Yeah, the Savanah. It's the king sitting, looking over all the other animals. We have cheetahs, we have panthers, which are actually, if
not
you look
really
to
on the Savanah.
But if you look to the English nomenclature, a panther could also be a jaguar, and
Okay,
the jaguars are there. So,
okay, fantastic. So the Lion, what is it?
But the Lion is really that's the next step in dry toner. Everybody says when they've seen things happening for many years like dry toner all the time, it's old-fashioned. But here we prove again that with the dry toner, there's still a beautiful future. This baby runs at 42 meters a minute. 5 print station, can hold gold toners, silver toners, white, spot colors, what have you. And the most important innovation that we've done here is that we've implemented a quality module, cruise control we call it. Cruise control, that is looking at 5 components. Did the operator do his job? Is the registration within spec? Is the density met? Is the tone curve met? Is the press still running within a color gamut? And what we do with it, and if not, we adjust and assign also and re-verify. And at the same time, we also identify on the web where that material is not printed according to spec. So that means you've got one of the solutions here that is really geared for lights out production. I mean, at a speed that is unseen in a dry toner space, and at the same time with a level of automation that is not out there in the market. And I think that is really a game changer in that specific mid-size label market.
It must be nice to show such technology at a show like this, right?
It's for us. We live by it. Let's put it this way. It's really something where I think we are in a luxury position. If I look to other industries, other businesses, we're in a luxury position that we have so many people internally at Xeikon that are passionate about technology and always looking for new things. I mean, you wouldn't think of the idea of the cruise control. It was just like a Friday afternoon thing that popped up. Titan, the other solution we talked about earlier a bit, is a solution where a young chemist found some chemistry and actually developed it into a toner where everybody was saying, wow, where did this come from? So it's a bit of passion in our company to look for innovation, technology and that type of stuff and showing it to people. That's our thing, that what Xeikon is about.
Fantastic. Thank you, Filip.
What?
Good to see you.